Hi guys, just checking out the podcast name of what I've just been listening to because I wanted to just have a quick chat about it. I've just done my run around the lake as usual, and so now I'm actually on my terrace. You can see behind me the lake, and you might just recognise the motorcycle track across there. Well, that's where I ran to this morning. It's about 5k in total back up here again. And it's a beautiful day. Yesterday I was in the UK, as some of you saw. Freezing cold. Apparently it was 5 degrees when we got up to do our walk through the Bluebell Woods, which were absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much, Sam and Julian, for taking me on that walk with Tessie the dog. I really was looking forward to doing that walk, and I'm just so glad I did it, even though I had to borrow half your wardrobe, Sam, to keep me warm. And today, look at me. I'm in very little clothing today. It's just beautiful. So today, as I do every time I go for a run, I listen to podcasts. And the one I was listening to today was Up for a Chat, Cindy O'Meara and the crew. The two other girls, Kim and Karen. They weren't on today. It was Damien that was on today. And it was an old podcast from May 2016. And they were interviewing the neurologist, Dr. Pulmeter, I think his name is. And it's so interesting listening to other professionals talking about the same thing as we do as chiropractors. We're going back to the 5 pillars of health the whole time. It's coming back to the same things the whole time. We're talking about the nervous system, the neurology, obviously, with a neurologist and with chiropractic. And we're talking about today was diet, nutrition. And he was especially linking up diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia with the gut and the brain. And Cindy, of course, did the documentary What's with Wheat, which was so interesting. And if you haven't seen it, I really suggest you see it, because it talks about how wheat does affect the brain and is such a cause of, we don't know what the cause is, but it's such a factor for dementias, especially Alzheimer's. There is no cause that we know of. And we don't know any cures, so what we have to do is protect ourselves as we're living. And one of the quotes that he said was one of the past presidents of the United States, and he said, "The time to mend the roof is when the sun is shining." And I thought that was a fantastic quote, really good. Applying that to our health today, it's never too late. So it doesn't matter if you're in your teens, in your childhood, or if in your 80s, it's never too late to change your habits and prevent yourself from getting things that you don't already have. And of course, once you have these problems, then just looking after yourself as best you can, looking after your nervous system, looking after your nutrition and looking after your exercise, your sleep. We know now that the brain actually heals at night, it cleanses at night. And so sleep is such a vital factor to health. It really is. And he was talking about nutrition and exercise, and he said the problem is nowadays is you can't patent that. You can't patent putting on a pair of shoes and going out for a walk or for a run, or you can't patent what you put in your mouth, what you go buy in the shops. What you can be affected by is all the advertising and what people think that you should be taking. But all the medications are only palliative once you have a disease such as dementia or Alzheimer's. We really need to start taking care of ourselves now. So for me, as some of you saw this weekend, it was my school reunion, and we hadn't seen each other, the girls, for 34 years, some of us even longer. We had our school reunion at Kent College, and we had a fantastic time. We ate and drank, as you do. The surprising thing for me is that we had loads of cakes and juices there that nobody touched. And we've all been living such different lives, and yet that was one thing that we had in common. Very few people, well, loads of cakes went back to other people's houses. They took them back for their kids to try because they'd never tried them. Fancy that. Juices, nobody really wanted to take them. So somebody said, well, I'll take them. My kids will love a treat because they don't normally get them. And not as much alcohol was used either. It was very healthy. And it was really great to see that such a diverse group was living a really healthy and active life. We had people that were doing lots of exercise. We had a physiotherapist there. We had coaches there. It was really great. So today, because I've been sat on the plane and I didn't really eat very much yesterday because of travelling, I try to drink as much water as I can, as I usually do. But today I just wanted to do a quick juice because I haven't really looked in the fridge to see what we have. So I was just going to show you what my quick juice is to keep up all the vegetable protein. Just stroking the cat here. This is Chucky. There's Chucky. Pleased to see me, I see. I want to keep up the vegetable proteins, okay, because I think the protein is hugely important. And as the doctor said, the neurologist said on the podcast today, he said that we are fativores because originally most of our nutrients came from fats, and so we must make sure that we get enough fat. So I'm going to put this camera down and see if you can see what my breakfast is today. I've already had a maca juice, which was literally just a spoonful of maca in a glass of water, which gives me the energy to go out running, so I'm not on an entirely empty stomach, because I think that's really important for me, not for everybody. But so you can see here, I've got my manteca de coco, which is my coconut butter, which I just much prefer to oil. Johan has oil. This is my veggie protein that I'm going to make sure I get in today. This is a very quick one. My almonds, I'm going to put in 12 almonds to make the base. So it's going to be a very nutty one. And this is my treat for myself, for being so good over the weekend, is my cocoa nibs, which I love. It's just raw cocoa. So none of that chocolate mixed with sugars. And this has 13 grams of protein in per 100 grams. So that's quite a nice source of protein. My veggie protein has 80 grams of protein per 100. So that's a fantastic source of proteins. The coconut butter has 7.3, but it also has 67.3 grams of fat. So that is brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to that because it's so important for the nervous system as well. And the almonds, of course, are lots of fibre, proteins, 24.2 grams of proteins in the 100 grams. It's got 56 grams of fat per 100 grams. That's very, very high. And if you put all these ingredients together and put them into my Fitness Pal, which is what I use, it'll come amount to approximately 400 calories. But those calories are healthy calories, so I'm not worried about that caloric intake. I've just been burning a couple anyway, so I'm not worried about that. So what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm going to make a lot of noise in this. I'm going to put in 12 almonds, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 and 12. So that's my almonds there. I hope the wind doesn't blow too much. I've got the kitchen door open. And the wind's coming, which is lovely for me, but not for the protein powder. So, this is so much better than the whey powders and the other rubbish that you can buy. And it's so good. That's almost 20 grams there. My protein powders. My cocoa nibs to give it that. I love the chocolate and the almonds together, and the coconut just really finishes off. So I don't want too many of these, just because I don't want it too strong really. That's about 10 grams there. I do use a measure because it just helps you feel better about what I'm doing. I'm just getting a spoon. Because the coconut butter, it's not that hot over here that it starts to melt, but it's actually quite good. So much warmer here today. 5 degrees. I couldn't believe I was up in 5 degrees yesterday. And it's about 24 today here already. So I'm just going to make sure I get in my 20 here. 20 grams. Also, very interesting is that when you do eat fat, fat fills you up and you don't get so hungry. Your body's burning it. It's such a good source. So there's my 20 grams of coconut butter. Gone in there. I must lick the spoon. Very nice. And I'm going to put in there about 250 millilitres of filtered water. I have a filtered water tap installed, which was a blessing to us because it just saves you carrying water around, and it's an osmosis system as well. The water is fantastic. We get the filters changed yearly, and we've got 4 filters on it. And it's so, so good. Not so good for the plants, so we have a separate tap for ordinary water as well. But this is our lovely filtered water. Bit of coconut escaped. So, hold on to your ears a moment. That did make a lot of noise. As an MP, it's really powerful. It came from the UK. Really, really powerful. Now, I've got to find myself a glass. And my normal glass I leave out has been cleared away, so I'm just going to go and get it. Just over here, to where my glasses are kept. Here it is. I have my favourite glass for my juicing. Not sure where it came from. Could be an IKEA one. I've no idea. Put the MP back a little. And I'm so looking forward to this. There, nice quick juice. Cheers. That is lovely. The other day I did that before I went out for a run. And I left it. And it was so much thicker when I came back. I'm just going to drink this right now. This is so fantastic. As you can see, it's beautiful weather out here. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to just come under the shade. Otherwise, I can't see what I'm doing. So, this is my really powerful breakfast. You wondered what I was doing, girls, at the weekend. Well, this is it. This is one of the quicker versions. But I do suggest you look up juicemaster.com because I got loads of ideas from him. He is a wonder with juices, and his juices taste fantastic. That's Jason Vale from juicemaster.com. Look up for a Chat podcast. Really interesting about health in general. They interview all sorts of people, as I said, from neurologists from today, chiropractors, nutritionists, homeopaths, all sorts of people who are into health, traumatologists, and anybody who wants to help other people. So get healthy, get checked chiropractically, and to your health. Bye.